I like to read about cosmology or watch TV shows on the subject. It's a big subject. No, it's not about makeup. It's the study of the universe. It seems like nothing, no other investigation, could be as vast or profound. How everything began and how everything that exists, energy and matter, follows from how it began, how immense it is, and how it is expanding. Black holes, supernovas, the pictures we have of distant galaxies, and how it will end. I'm a sucker for all that stuff. The main problem with this is that I don't understand very much of it. Maybe none of it. When the experts start throwing around their ideas and their terminology, and they get to the standard model of quantum mechanics and probability and arrows of time and superstring theory and fermions and bosons, then poor old Beans is lost in space. Sometimes they try to reach out to me. Well, not to me personally, but to people like me, lay people, they call us. Untrained goofballs who nevertheless have this interest in or fascination for the universe, its origin, its workings, its destiny. This happened not long ago. I was reading a book I thoroughly did not understand, not even when the author would apologize and try to summarize his reasoning in the simplest possible terms. Even that was way beyond me. But finally he said, when we scientists are giving a talk and trying to explain this to the general public, we often resort to comparisons. We will say that the universe is like something else that is much more familiar to them, so they can have some idea what we're talking about. That got my full attention. He was going to write something that even I might be able to grasp. Eagerly, hopefully, I read on. And he wrote that the universe is like a loaf of raisin bread. Yeast is making it expand, the universe is like the bread, and the raisins are like the galaxies, which are not expanding, even though they are clearly moving further away from each other. Boy, was that ever a disappointment. I was finally able to understand what he was saying, but what he was saying was that the marvelous, mysterious, unfathomable universe was like a loaf of raisin bread. Come on, raisin bread? That's it? I don't even like raisin bread. You may as well compare the universe to that fruitcake that everyone regifts around Christmas. I want to urge this eminent physicist and all of his learned compatriots to find something else to compare to the universe. They could say that the universe is like a pizza, and there is the thin crust model of the universe and the deep dish model of the universe. And space is like the mixture of sauce and cheese, while the galaxies are the toppings you can order with your pizza. That sounds, to me, a hell of a lot more intriguing than the raisin bread. Besides, somebody will deliver that pizza to your door while it's still steaming hot, and you can invite a few friends over, split the cost, have a cosmology party. Nobody does that with raisin bread. Or they could say that the universe is like a gallon of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. It's a gigantic frozen hunk, but since we know it started from essentially nothing, we can conclude that it is expanding, and space is like the vanilla ice cream, while the stars and planets and comets and asteroids and solar systems and galaxies are the chunks of chocolate chip cookie dough embedded in the matrix of the custard. Just saying the matrix of the custard is better than raisin bread. Here, have a bowl. How cool is that? Or the universe is like a sushi roll, a mystery wrapped in seaweed. We can only examine it in cross-section and see that it is comprised of bits of rice and vegetables and raw fish. We are still trying to work out the mechanics of how it began and how it was constructed. While you're thinking about it, have a piece with some soy sauce and wasabi. Careful, not too much. You get the idea. Even when you're talking to complete morons like me, let's show the universe a little respect. Almost anything is more satisfying than raisin bread. I don't want to go outside at night and look up into the sky and think, that's a lot like raisin bread. Try something else. chicken pot pie, lasagna, or a burrito, a bowl of chili, peanut brittle. After all, this is the universe we're talking about here.